200-meter dash. We talked about this earlier, but there is no the winner of each heat does not get an automatic qualifier to the final tomorrow. As we'll take a look at our first heat now. Got Edward Williams Jr. We talked about how he was thought to be coming in, one of the big runners for the 60. What can he do here in the 200? Underway. He has the second best seed time behind Corey Couture. Can he make up for his fault in the 60 here in the 200? On the inside lane, it's Williams. Merrimack's Couture is in lane 4. It's going to be close down the stretch. Williams running well, but it's Couture down the stretch who finishes in second place from Wagner Iacono. Peride Iacono from Wagner.
Yeah, something with Ed Williams just might not have it today. Coming in third there.
Yeah. 22.03 from Couture. Iacono at 22.53. All right, now on to heat number 2. Best time here is Sean Glass at 21.7. Noah Colangelo at a 22.03. But again, top time so far is a 22.03, and that heat number 1 from Corey Couture. That sort of sets the scene when you've got a runner like Corey Couture and seeing where he's running today and where things are going to be in this event.
Yeah, Couture was second last year in the 200, so another guy returning to his event.
Yeah, the biggest name in here is Solomon King. 21.24 for King.
Yeah, King also finished up the one of the jumps today, the high jump. And,
yeah, what he's able to do is so impressive.
Yeah, and you know, sprinting and jumping, he was 6 in the high jump, but you see that a lot with a lot of these athletes doing multiple events.
I feel it's a bigger when you're able to do multiple track events. One translates to the next quite clearly, but when you're able to do a field event, a lot of times it's a totally different skill.
Yeah, there's a lot. Those multi-athletes are some of the best athletes you're going to find because they can do it all.
Right. On to heat 2. Colangelo, Chambers, Glass, Wilson, and Fuchs from Wagner. Sean Glass from Merrimack and Noah Colangelo from Central Connecticut are the top 2 projected earlier. Off the top, though, it's Couture. And Couture finishing strong. Or I beg your pardon, that is Glass finishing strong. Couture in heat 1 from Merrimack. Glass, his teammate from Merrimack, finishes well ahead of the pack there.
That's a real fast time
21.5. That is Glass. That really is.
It's like definitely a season best for him. He was out.
.5 for Glass. Colangelo finished there in second. Very fast heat there. On to heat number 3. We have our top seeded time from Solomon King. And I'll tell you, if Glass can run a 21.5, he very well may end up competing with King tomorrow. I mean, King's best time this year is a 21.24, but on certain days he'll absolutely run slower than a 21.5. So,
yeah, and King's the defending champ as well.
He is.
So he's been around the block, the senior from Stonehill. No pun intended with around the block.
He's going to step into those blocks in just a moment. In the gray uniform there with a 348 bib. That's King. Tristan Burke from Central Connecticut with a 22.15 seed time. And Alex Tadeo from Wagner, a player we talked about earlier.
Yeah, two guys heading to the 60-meter final.
Solomon King, he's out of a cannon right there. Wow. But sticking with him is Tadeo. Solomon King breaking away. Solomon King trots in at sub-22 time, 21.38, and he even might have left something on the table there in the last few steps. 22.16 from Tadeo, and Tristan Burke at 22.63. Oh, wow, Solomon King at 21.38. That is the best time right now. He beat the time from Sean Glass at 21.5.
Yeah, he made up that stagger really quick on,
he did.
On that St. Francis athlete.
Tadeo finishes second, but he'll have a shot here to participate in the final, depending on the way times go down the stretch. Just a hair over 22. Again, it's top 8 for this. It's not the more traditional winner of each heat and the next 2 or whatever sort of combination of that. It's top 8 overall runners. So if you get a slow heat, you might not have one at all. You run into that in the past. Jason Marchese is a 21.7 and Julian Saunders at a 21.9. This is an event where it might be beneficial to run in a fast heat, because even if you end up in second place, if your heat's fast, you are more likely to be in than if you're running solo in a slower heat.
Well, that's why they run the heats. You never know what can happen, especially with some of the guys coming in with slower seed times. This is probably where they're peaking for, and
right.
they're trying to run their fastest.
Marchese and Saunders projected 1-2 on the seed times. Bryce Baker at 22.6. He's been able to put up some big-time numbers in past years, though, so don't sleep on him. Christian Estefani and Steve Combery. We're in that last heat. Here in the heat 4, though, Marchese, Saunders, Halitz, Kostopoulos, and Baker. Heat number 4 of 6. Lanes 2 and 4, the ones to really watch out for with Saunders and Marchese. Marchese looking very strong. Marchese down the stretch in first. It's a pretty good time. Oh, to see where it is. High 21s maybe, low 22s. Let's see where this ends up. 21.6, very good time. Really, really strong. 22.2 for Julian Saunders. Bryce Baker at 22.56. Two heats to go. Solomon King and undoubtedly as well, Jason Marchese will have strong times and numbers there.
Yeah, that should do it for Marchese today. He's probably going to take the spikes off and try to recover as best he can to come out tomorrow for these 3 finals that he's in.
Very successful day for Marchese. Heat number 5 of 6 on the prelims for the 200-meter dash on the men's side. 21.8 is the top incoming time from Alessio Scott. And Makai Thiasme at 21.9. Brandon Scott at a 22.67. Jaden Kendrick at 22.83. And Norega from LIU enters without a time, but we know how good of a sprinter he can be. So,
yeah, it's sophomore Scott out of LIU. This is his first year in the NEC, coming over from New York Tech.
Switching conferences as well.
Yeah, I mean that seems to be a little bit of a trend so far today. There's a lot of people who've transferred schools and are competing for the first time in New Jersey.
It's a banked track as well. Some runners haven't run on a banked track before. Talked to Coach Wheelis, the head coach over at Lemoyne, and he said some of his runners haven't had the chance to run on a banked track before. So it was good for them to get their warm-up day in yesterday. Underway here in heat number 5. Alessio Scott in lane 4, Makai Thiaspi in lane 2. 2 runners out of LIU. Down the stretch here. Scott. Actually, 3 LIUs go off the top. Let's see what those times come in as. So Alessio Scott at 22.08, Thiasmi at 22.2, and Norega at 22.3. We'll have to see where that stacks up, because again, you don't have an automatic qualifier here, and it's going to be kind of tight. Although Scott's 22.08, I think, should be in a good position. I would put him currently in 5th. For our final heat, our final number in right now is Julian Saunders at a 22.23. So that's the number to beat for these people here, the runners here in heat number 6. So Mahario at 21.83 coming in, Shea Drugan at 21.88. Raul Esteves, he had a really good 60 time coming in today. Did not have his best race. And Anthony Massari as well, competing in Heat 6. It's a faster heat just based on seed times alone. No one north of 22.68 at all competing in this heat. So fast runners down the stretch. And see if that might propel a runner or two into the low 22s. Or maybe even breaking 22. A couple of these runners have sub-22 times under their belts. Our final heat on the men's 200-meter dash. We followed by the women's 200-meter dash. And then finally by the 3K on both the men's and women's side. Underway. Keep your eyes on lane 4 and 5. That's where Mahario and Drugan are running. And on cue, they're your 2 leaders down the final stretch. And it is Mahario from Sacred Heart who takes it at a 21.8 and a 22.02 from Shea Drugan. That will knock Tadeo out of the top 8. Noah Colangelo has that final time in the top 8 at a 22.13. But Alex Tadeo, one of the very promising runners for Wagner. We talked with Coach Stassi yesterday, who he thinks very highly of Tadeo, but not able to get into the top 8 today, finishing 9th. The 9th best time overall. So let me run you through who the top 8 are going to be then. Solomon King finishes in 1st, Sean Glass in 2nd, Jason Marchese in 3rd. We had Rafael Mahario from Sacred Heart finish in 4th, Logan Couture in 5th, Alessio Scott in 6th, and Shea Drugan in 7th, and Julian Saunders is in Noah Colangelo, I should say, is in 8th. Alex Tadeo, 9. Julian Saunders in 10th. Makai Theasmi, 11. Rega in